Exercise 5.4. We can do the problems given in exercise 5.4. Now first question, what is the measure of a right angle? So what is the measure of a right angle? All of you know. What is the measure of a right angle? 90 degree. So the measure of a right angle is a 90 degree. What is the measure of a straight angle? So the measure of the straight angle is a 180 degree. Straight angle means 180 degree and right angle means 90 degree. Now say true or false. The measure of an acute angle is less than 90 degree. Whether it is true or false? True. What is meant by an acute angle? An angle whose measure is less than 90 degree is called an acute angle. Therefore, we can say that the statement is true. The measure of an obtuse angle is less than 90 degree. What about an obtuse angle? What is the measure of an obtuse angle? The measure of an obtuse angle lies between 90 degree and 180 degree. So, what about the statement? It is a false. The measure of a reflex angle is greater than 180 degree. If the measure is greater than 180 degree but less than 360 degree, we can call it as a reflex angle. So, the statement is true. The measure of one complete revolution, when we finish one revolution or when we complete one revolution, what is the angle formed there? One complete angle. And what is the measure of a complete angle? 360 degree. Therefore, we can say that the statement is true. If measure of angle A, M stands for measure. If measure of angle A is 53 degree and measure of angle B is 35 degree, then measure of angle A greater than measure of angle B. Now look at that, measure of angle A is 53 degree and measure of angle B is 35 degree. Which one is greater? Measure of angle A. Therefore, what about the statement? It is true. Now you have to fill up using the words acute, obtuse, right, straight. An angle whose measure is less than that of a right angle. An angle whose measure is less than that of a right angle. So what is the meaning? An angle whose measure is less than 90 degree. We can call it as an acute angle. Therefore, what is the answer? Here, acute. An angle whose measure is greater than that of a right angle. An angle whose measure is greater than 90 degree. So we can call it as obtuse angle. An angle whose measure is greater than 90 degree, we can call it as an obtuse angle. An angle whose measure is the sum of the measures of two right angles. An angle whose measure is the sum of the measures of two right angles. We have two right angles and we have to find out the sum. Two right angles means one right angle is what? How much? 90 degree. So, two right angles means 90 degree and we have to find the sum. So, 90 degree plus 90 degree, what is the sum? 180 degree. So, what type of angle? It is a straight angle. What is meant by straight angle? An angle whose measure is 180 degree. We can call it as a straight angle. So, what is the answer you can write here? It is a straight angle. Next one. When the sum of the measures of two angles is that of a right angle, we have two angles. And when we added the angles, we got the sum as a right angle. That means the sum is equal to 90 degree. Then each one of them is, so the sum of two angles is 90 degree. Then each one of them will be, what we can say, less than 90 degree. The measure of each angle will be less than 90 degree. If the measure of an angle is less than 90 degree, what we can call? What type of angle? They are acute angles. So, each one of them is an acute angle. each one of them is an acute angle. Now next one. When the sum of the measures of two angles is that of a straight angle, and if one of them is acute, then the other should be. Here also we have two angles. When we added the measures, the sum is that of a straight angle. So what is the measure of a straight angle? 180 degree. So when we added the measures of two angles, we got the sum as 180 degree. And it is given that the measure of one angle is acute. One is an acute angle. What about the other angle? So we have two angles, and when we added the two angles, we got the measure as a 180 degree. And it is given that one of them is acute. The measure of one angle is acute. Suppose you can take any measure. Okay. For example, suppose if we are taking the measure as a 50 degree. Then what about the other angle? The sum of the two angles is equal to 180 degree. One angle is 50 degree. What about the other angle? The other angle is 180 minus 50. Okay. So 180 minus 50, what is the measure you will get? 130. Suppose you are getting the other angle as a 130 degree. So 130 degree is what type of angle? Here we have to use the words acute, obtuse, straight. Okay, we have to use those words. Therefore, what we can say that one angle is acute. What about the other angle? Other angle we got the measure greater than 90 degree. So what type of angle? It will be an obtuse angle. So what we can write? If one angle is acute, then the other angle should be obtuse. Exercise 5.4, question number 8, 9 and 11. Here also we can see the figures. You have to measure the angle. So you have to use the protractor and measure the angles.